Hey, good morning, everyone. How are you guys doing today? Hey, this is Gregor Wiles coming live to you from Houston, Texas, with this inspirational morning talk. Hey, man, for first-time listeners, I just get some exercise. I get some exercise in the mornings. Now, because of work, I just gotta, getting a little busy. So I just call it the inspirational morning talk right now. Right now, I'm at a beautiful resort, the Margaritaville Resort here. Do some work this morning, but that's not going to prevent me from doing what I do. Yeah, it's a beautiful scene here at this resort, man. It's so nice. It's just outside of Conroe, Texas. Yes, it's beautiful. But yes, guys, I can do what I need to do here today. I'm going to get you with my little talk. Let me see if I can get you guys a little view of this beautiful resort here. Let me see if I turn and see what I'm looking at here. I can see it probably in the background. That's some little cottages that you can rent right on the lake there. I can't get such a great view, but it's a beautiful place here. But anyhow, Carl Campbell, good morning. How are you doing today? Yes, guys, so as you can see, it's a nice sunny day here, man. It's such a nice day here. But I can get you what I need to get you regardless. I'm going to do what I need to do. Take a few minutes out and do what I need to do. But today what I want to talk about really is God has no favorites, right? He has no favorites, right? And we can go through a little passage here in Colossians, and we're going to go through some stuff. I'm not going to go into depth in the first part of it. I'm going to just focus on the part about God has no favorites. So next day we're going to take this passage here and go into it in a little depth, because it's really, really got some good stuff in it that we could all benefit from, right? But it's Colossians 3:18 through 25. Colossians 3:18 through 25. We can look at that. This when Jesus was giving Paul was writing to them, giving them instructions for the Christian's household, right? Giving instructions for the Christian household, right? So 18 says, wives, submit to your husbands as fitting for those who belong to the Lord. Like I said, I'm not going to go into all of these here, but in depth today, right? And then it says, husbands, love your wives and never treat them harshly. Love your wives, never treat them harshly, right? Children, always obey your parents, for this pleases the Lord. So fathers, do not aggravate your children, or they will become discouraged. So he giving instructions to a Christian household, right? And he's talking about the wife, the duty of the wife, the duty of the husband, the duty of the children. Now we come down. He says, slaves, obey your earthly masters in everything you do. Try to please them all the time, not just when they are watching you. Serve them sincerely because of your reverent fear of the Lord. Work diligently at whatever you do, as though you are working for the Lord rather than for people. Working for the Lord rather than for people. That's key, right? That is so key, because if we follow this example here, you're going to see what the results we can get. He said, remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance. If you're doing it for the Lord, he will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. He's not the people we're serving, right? When you're working. So in this here, when you're talking about slaves, this is like a boss to employee relationship, or like in a military, the commanding officer versus the soldier. This is in our thing. So you say if you're working on your job, right? He said, don't only do the right thing when your boss is looking. He said, don't do it. Do it because you're not doing it for the boss. He said, you do it for God. Work like if you're working for God. And he always seeing you, right? So you don't only do the right thing when your boss is looking, right? But he said, but if you do what is wrong, he said, I like this piece here. This is what I want to focus on today. He said, but if you do what is wrong, you will be paid back for the wrong you have done. For God has no favorites, right? That's the part I want to focus on. So if you don't play your part, God ain't got no favorites. He said, you don't have no favorites. He tell you in the household, they got a husband, you got your job to do as a husband. Wife, you got your job to do as a wife. Children, you got your job to do as a children. He addressed a boss, an employee relationship. He said, boss, you got your job to do. Treating your employees fairly. Employees, You got to submit to your bosses. Do what you need to do. Don't just do it because they're looking, because you're not working for them. Boss, you're not working to treat the employee. You're doing it because of me. Husband, you're doing this because of me. Wife, you're doing this because of me. So now if all y'all work like y'all working for me, the motivation is going to be different, right? Motivation is going to be different. So he's saying, everyone got a part to play. So I got no favorites. It's going to take all of y'all doing what y'all need to do to make this thing work. So I don't have no favorites. I can't favor the husband more than the wife or the child more. I can't do that, because it takes all of y'all doing what you need to do to get this thing right. So I say, I don't have no favorites. You do wrong, you're going to be paid for the wrong you do. You don't play your part, you're messing up this stuff, and I got to discipline you. I got to get somebody to play the role, because you're not doing it, right? So he's saying, I ain't got no favorites, right? Because just imagine, let's take a husband and a wife situation, right? Husband and a wife. God said, I got the inheritance. You loving her because of me, bro. Not because of her. You doing it because of me. So I got this big bag of money over here. There's a husband, there's the wife, right? He said, every day you do what you're supposed to do and love her like I love my church. Take my example. I give you $1,000. Just use an example to illustrate this better, right? So I give you $1,000, not because of her. You loving her because of her. You loving her because of me, right? So I can give you $1,000 for every day you love her the way you're supposed to love her and treat her, not being harsh with her, as you say, right? So every day done, I do what I need to do. I go to him and I collect I collect my $1,000, right? Now, if you do it like that, now she wouldn't be able to throw me off my game. When she get upset and angry and all of this stuff, I'm like, I'm gonna still love you the way I need to love you, because if I only get upset with you and stop doing it, there goes my $1,000 for the day, right? There it goes. So the motivation you're doing it for is different. And guess what happened? You can always do it right? You're going to do it right if that's your motivation. You're not going to be, oh, she's mad at me today, so I'm not going to do what I need to do today. I'm going to spite her, I'm going to hurt her, I'm going to get back at her. Well, I'm going to lose my $1,000 for the day. So you're saying, no, I ain't going to take the bait. I'm going to still do what I need to do because I want the inheritance I got. And if you do it like that, guys, the inheritance too, the wife can start treating you better. You can get all what you need from her, right? But if the motivation you're doing it to get what you need to get from her, you said that's wrong motivation. If you do it for me, you're going to always get what you want, because you're going to always be doing it the right way. You're going to always be treating her nice, treating her kind, and then you're going to get all what you need to get from her. Make it easy for her to submit and do the things that she needs to do, right? And vice versa. Wives is the same way. If your motivation is respecting your husband and submitting to him because of the Lord, not because what he's doing and he doing some things, he can do some stuff to get on your nerves. But you know what? The motivation is not because of him. It's traced to him. Good morning, good morning. I ain't doing this for you. I doing this for God, because God got my inheritance for me, right? I ain't letting you throw me off my track because you in doing some stuff right here now. I ain't let you throw me off my track because I'm doing this for God. You ain't messing up my inheritance, right? So if we all do it like that, he's saying this is going to be so sweet, and we can all get what we need from each other, right? That's why he's saying, I ain't got no favorites. And we could extend this out now. God's saying among his people, not because you're the Christian, I can give you some more favor. He said, I ain't got no favorites. I make all of you guys. I love all of you guys the same way. I got my laws down there. And if you follow the laws, man, you can get the benefits. I ain't got to play a favorite. I got the laws down there. You follow the laws. How much of the laws you follow and what's the reward for it? You're going to get the reward. The ones you do not follow and what comes along with it, you're going to get what you deserve, right? That's what he's saying here, right? For the wrong that you do, you'll be paid back for the wrong that you have done. For God has no favorites. So he's saying, I ain't got no favorites among people. And this is why I want people to understand. Because people think because I'm a Christian, I'm going to church, I should get favor over the next man who's not going to church. And he's saying, no, it don't work like that. It don't work like that. I ain't got no favorites. I ain't playing favorites. But if you are a Christian and going to church, I expect you to follow most of the laws and get most of the benefits. Or get all the benefits. So that's how it can look like I play favorite. But I'm not playing favorite. It's because of what you're doing. Because you know they got some people going to church every day. And soon as past the back door, and soon as they're out the church, they're doing all kind of wrong. So he's saying it's not because of the image there, it's because when's your heart and how much those rules you follow. And a man may not be going to church and he's following more of my laws than you who going to church every Sunday. So he's saying, no, I don't play the favorites. It's all about the laws. But if you do go into church, your heart is in the right place, and you following all those laws, that's how it look like a Christian, a true person who following the laws, getting more benefits, he being blessed and all of that. And it look like God favoring him because he's a Christian. No, because he's following the law. Because he said, I ain't got no favorites. I don't have no favorites. You get what the work that you put in, that's what you're gonna be paid for, right, guys? So this passage here, I gotta drill down in it and the different roles and everything. But in generally, he's saying in this passage here, all of you guys got a job to do. Husband got a job to do. Wife got a job to do. The children got a part to play in this whole thing to make it work. A boss got a role to play to make this thing work. An employee got a role to play to make this thing work. So I can't favor one over the other. Each one of those roles are important, because you could be a boss and you got nobody to manage. What good is that? If you're an employee, you got no managers to do the things that you can't do, that the manager need to do. What good is that organization? Husband and wife, if you husband not doing his thing, he can mess up the whole home. Wife not doing her thing, mess up the children, wayward and doing. So he said, every one of you guys are important to make this thing work. So I cannot have a favorite. I cannot love the husband more than the wife and the wife more than the husband. He said, everyone got a role to play. I ain't got no favorite. So let all of us play our role, guys, in whatever we do. No one is important more than the other. In whatever we do, he's saying, play your role, understand your duty that you're supposed to do. You're an employee, understand what's your job responsibilities, what you're supposed to be doing, and do it right. Don't wait for the boss to be there to do it. You're the boss, understand what's your role, how to treat your employees right, how to get the most of them. Do your part and do it properly. Right? Same goes for a husband. You do what you're supposed to do, but the motivation should be for the Lord. Like he said here, let me read here. Work willingly at whatever you do, as though we are working for the Lord rather than for people. Remember that the Lord will give you an inheritance as your reward, and that the master you are serving is Christ. So he's saying, if the motive with you doing anything, you're doing it for Christ, you're on the right track. And you're going to do it and do it well, and you're going to get big rewards for it. If you go to work and do the work as you're doing it well, like you're working for Christ, doing it excellent, that's promotions. You're going to stand out so much, and you can get all the promotion. That's your reward you get in there. But if your reward is to please the boss, because when the boss gets you upset and they don't do what they need to do, and they make mistakes in their job, you get upset and you stop doing your job, there's no reward. You ain't going to stand out. All right, guys? So I can leave that there, man, but we can drill down in this piece of scripture. It's a really nice thing for us to drill down on for the Christian household. But you guys have a great day, and you could go and read back the whole Colossians 3 for yourself. There's some good information in there. All right, have a blessed day. Okay, bye.